Hi, I'm here at the Supreme Court of Canada on a beautiful sunny day, and I'm here with my good friend. Just want to clarify a few things that have been going on in our country over the last 6 months so nobody forgets what is actually going on. Because, you know, we seem to have lost sight of what has happened in our country over the last 6 months, Guy. And I would like to ask you some of those details. I know you've been doing a lot of research and trying to get to the bottom of some of these details.
Well, Jayme, thanks for inviting me out. And I must say, your Cross Canada Sunshine Tour is welcome here because it seems that every time you show up in Ottawa, it's perfect 25 degrees with no humidity. So
Wow.
I would either invite you to move here or maybe more people will start following you that already are on Facebook because you seem to bring sunshine wherever you go.
Well, it's...
Anyways, let me get back to your question, Jayme.
Yes.
You know me from the Capital Voice. A lot of viewers know me from the Capital Voice and the Patriot Broadcasting Network. I am obsessed about this government because the direction and velocity of descent that Canada has taken in the last 4 years under Justin Trudeau. Anybody who knows me knows that I like facts and I like research and I like to make sure that I know what I'm talking about before I open my big cake hole. And it's a big cake hole. So let me just start. And everybody knows we don't need to go back through the history, but we need to talk about a few things that you mentioned in your opening, Jayme. And that is the rule of law.
Yes.
If we are truly in Canada, a rule of law country, as was stated when we picked up Meng Wang from Huawei, that's
right.
Hypocritically, why did we put a deferred prosecution agreement clause in a 653-page omnibus budget bill, not even a judicial bill, in 2018, rammed into the back of this agreement that nobody really even looked at until it all came to force in December of 2018 when the World Bank barred SNC-Lavalin, the favored Quebec brother of the Laurentian elites, on any worldwide financing contracts for 10 years because of corruption in Libya, corruption in India, corruption at the Montreal $1.3 billion hospital. The methods of operation of this business model are very clear, Jayme. They bribe people to get contracts to overcharge them so that they can basically put tax dollars in a washing machine and spin them out to their cronies. The business model's clear.
You know, Guy, it's interesting you bring that up, and I've been saying this from the beginning. Why has corruption and why has scamming, literally scamming, become so fashionable in our country to the point that we're handing out deferred prosecution agreements?
Get out of jail free cards, as you aptly said. It's two rules of law, Jayme. It's one for you and I. We have to pay our taxes. We have to basically make sure that we abide by the laws. But if you're a large conglomerate with connections to the Liberals and you're willing to make campaign donations through executives, which again, the Elections Canada officer found nothing wrong or no misdoing there, when SNC actually gave money to the Liberal Party and then was reimbursed through the back door by the SNC Corporation. That's flagrantly against the law. It's like anything else. But let me answer your question. When it comes to scamming and corruption, people are fed up, Jayme.
I agree.
And I think your friend Jim Pattison said it very, very well today, that you're seeing a wholesale change flowing across this country. Yes. And a wholesale change has to take place because there still is a few good men in this country.
Absolutely.
There still is honest people who want an honest day's work for an honest dollar. And unfortunately, you will not find them in the Laurentians with the liberal elites because all they want to do is basically spin your money through their washing machine, through their corporations. And when we get caught, Jayme, here's a get out of jail free card. Thanks to your Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau.
Absolutely unacceptable. And what's even more disturbing is when somebody with a noble heart comes to the table like Jody Wilson-Raybould did
Shame.
bled herself out with love and passion for not only her own moral integrity, but for the reputation of this house
The rule of law.
and rule of law.
That was her job.
She gets kicked out the back door.
Pressured by the Privy Council office on behalf of Justin
Unbelievable.
Trudeau in a taped phone conversation. Well, Jody, you know what happens when Justin doesn't get what he wants.
Yeah.
We heard the whole conversation.
I know.
Gerald Butts, December the 10th. Jody, let's meet at the Chateau Laurier for a drink. Oh,
It's
okay.
despicable.
You know what? It's criminal.
And it's
Criminal. And this is what we've got. We've got a corrupt government that does not see the law in the same fashion when they look at themselves in the mirror, Jayme.
Yep.
And it's got to change.
It has
because
to.
the foundation of this country, if it truly is a rule of law country,
right.
they will pull the foundations out. And
That's
you know
right.
what that means. I'm not going to go to that conspiracy theorist, but that's a playbook we've all seen before, Jayme. That's
Yes.
a playbook that we're seeing again in Canada. Control the media,
Yep.
mess with the judiciary, mess with the military.
Where does it stop?
It's Mussolini-esque.
We have to make sure that the Liberals are held account on this next election. They cannot get elected.
No. Justin Trudeau must go. Let's say it again. Justin Trudeau must go. We must save Canada. Folks, that was not rehearsed because we kind of are in sync, us two guys, in the past 6 or 8 months. And that's one thing I want to mention in my close. I've met an incredible breadth of people in the last 9 or 12 months. But you know what's really interesting?
We're Canadian.
We're Canadians. And you know what's brought us together? You know what's unified us? Is our love for this country, and we
Yes.
all see where it's going. And this is one man who I synced up with 3,000 kilometers away 2 weeks before the United We Roll campaign, didn't know him through a hole in the ground, and now, 9 months later,
Here
we
we
are
are.
brothers.
Forever.
We are brothers. Forever.
Absolutely.
Jayme, you inspire me. You
And
really
you know
do.
what, guy?
Please keep doing what you're doing. Please.
This is what we should be doing in Canada, not just today, Guy, but let's keep it up.
We got to fight for our country, Jayme, because
Yes.
we obviously know where it's going.
Yeah.
We obviously see by the actions of a government that basically buys a $4.6 billion pipeline and then 6 months later passes a bill never to build another pipeline again.
I
He
agree.
doesn't want an oil and energy industry, but he talks through both sides of his mouth. And any specific occasion, depending on where he's talking at any point in Canada, you will get two versions of Justin Trudeau. But the
Yeah.
pipeline hypocrisy, the pipeline and the energy hypocrisy was his father's deliverance to him. And he is going to finish off Alberta, and he is going to break up this country.
No
if
way.
we don't watch it, Jayme,
No way.
this will cause the breakup of Canada, and it will be Justin Trudeau's watch. You can guarantee that.
Justin Trudeau and the Liberals are the worst management team in the history of our country.
Yeah, Kevin.
There's-